Chapter 5, Mishnah 3. The Mishnah discusses the law of a Bechor if a blemish was intentionally inflicted upon it. If a Kohen intentionally slits the ear of a Bechor in order to permit it for slaughter, he may not be slaughtered forever. It may not be slaughtered forever. Since the Kohen violated the biblical prohibition of inflicting a blemish on a consecrated animal, he is punished by having the Bechor forever forbidden to him, even if it later develops another blemish on its own. These are the words of Rabbi Eliezer. But the sages say, when the Bechor develops another blemish, he may slaughter and eat it on account of that blemish. According to the sages, the owner is penalized only by being prohibited to benefit from the intentional blemish itself. But if the Bechor later develops another blemish, it may be slaughtered on the basis of that blemish. The Mishnah cites an incident that shows what kind of intent prohibits the Bechor in which a blemish was inflicted. There was an incident with an old man whose hair was long and dangling, there was an incident with an old ram, R-A-M, whose hair was long and dangling, because it was a Bechor and could not be shorn. A Roman official saw it, and he said, "What is the nature of this ram, that you have let it grow so old?" They said to him, "It is a Bechor, and it may not be slaughtered unless it has a blemish." Upon hearing this, the official took a dagger, a double-edged knife, and slit the Bechor's ear, thereby inflicting a blemish. The matter came before the sages, and they permitted the Bechor to be slaughtered, even though the official intentionally created the blemish, since he did not know that his act would permit the Bechor. Thus, he did not intend to benefit the Jewish owner. The official saw that the sages permitted the Bechor, and he went and slit the ears of other Bechors in order to permit them as well. And the sages prohibited those animals to be slaughtered. Since the official now knew that a blemish permits a Bechor, it was clear that he intended to benefit the Jewish owners. It is considered as if they had asked him to inflict the blemishes on their behalf, and the animals may not be slaughtered. A similar incident. One time children were playing in the field, and they tied the tails of several lambs together. And when the lambs separated, the tail of one of them was torn off, and it was found to be a Bechor. Thus the children had accidentally blemished a Bechor. The matter came before the sages, and they permitted it to be slaughtered on the basis of the blemish, since it was done unintentionally, rather than to permit the Bechor. The children saw that the sages had permitted the Bechor, and they went and tied together the tails of other Bechoros, causing them to be torn off as well, and the sages prohibited those animals to be slaughtered, since the children had intentionally caused them to become blemished so that they would become permitted. The Mishnah concludes, this is the general rule. As far as any blemish that is inflicted with the knowledge of the person, that is, he inflicted it in order to permit the Bechor remains prohibited for slaughter. And as for any blemish that is inflicted without his knowledge, that is, he inflicted it without intent to permit the Bechor is permitted to be slaughtered.